What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we are going to break down where so many athletes get stuck in plateaus and never really get over it. Why some athletes just stop progressing at some point and just never surpass that level. So with that being said, let's dive straight into the video. I'm going to start this video off with a little personal story first. About 2 years ago, when I was 24, I was at a level of strength, I was at a level of explosiveness that I just thought was my top. I just thought I completely reached my level of athleticism and I thought I could never really surpass it. However, one thing that a lot of coaches will never tell you is that besides training and besides nutrition, there's a lot of barriers that you need to surpass to actually get to the next level of athleticism. And with that level, with those barriers, I mean nutrition, I mean recovery, I mean mindset. If you're not dialed in and if you don't have a full approach to your training and to your performance, you will be forever stuck. And that is exactly what happened to me. I was training my ass off. I was eating good, I was sleeping good. But my whole approach as a whole was not completely dialed in. And that's exactly why I stopped progressing. So what is the real reason that a lot of athletes actually plateau? Well, what most coaches won't tell you is that you just don't need to work harder. You don't need to change training plans. You don't need to do all these things that most coaches are telling you. What you truly need to do is dial in your periodization, make sure that you have a complete training plan that's based on your needs, your structure, your stress levels. You need to have a dialed in nutrition plan, recovery plan, and have a full approach to training. Your performance on the court, on the field, on the track, whatever your sport is way more than what you're doing in the gym. And this is what most coaches don't tell you. Most coaches will tell you they just need to work harder and just do something else, whatever it might be. But that is not the case. And that's also exactly what we did with Alex. Alex is a basketball player from Serbia. He was working his ass off all year round, every single day. But when I looked at his whole full approach of training, this guy was overtrained. And now we're actually training way less than he used to do, but he's making way more progress because we're training smarter. His nutrition is dialed in, his sleep is dialed in, his recovery is dialed in, and most importantly, his mindset has changed. So that's why we're now able to train less and have better results. So what are some practical steps that you as an athlete can take to break through your plateau? Well, you need to reassess your whole situation. You need to look at every single thing that you're doing, the things that I just spoke about, your nutrition, your training, your stress, your sleep, your mindset. You need to reassess everything and set measurable goals for every single aspect, right? So once you do that, once you have some outside perspective from a coach, from someone from the outside, see if you're truly dialed in every single aspect, then you can reassess, set measurable goals, and actually become a better athlete. Now, what you don't need to do, like I said, you don't need to work harder. You don't need to just switch up your routines every single week. You don't need to jump from diet to diet. You don't need to restrict yourself or go crazy in your diet. You don't need to do all of this. Everything is really simple as long as you look at it from an outside perspective and look at it as a whole approach rather than just training or just nutrition or just sleep and recovery. And that's also exactly how I use this method to help my athletes surpass plateaus, just like I just spoke about Alex. I look at athletes as a whole human being and I use a holistic approach to actually make athletes better. So within the Swiss training method for my private training clients, we look at every single aspect of athleticism and make the athlete a whole performance machine. So by locking in every single aspect, mindset, nutrition, recovery, training, we're able to break through plateaus and make athletes better than they ever thought they could be. If you also have a similar story and you're at a plateau and you feel like you can't surpass it, drop your story in the comments. Let's see what's going on. Or you can also book a call with me in the description below and we can talk about it on a call and I can see if I can actually personally help you break through your plateau. If not, thanks for watching and I will see you guys in the next video.